What's going on, guys? Gonna do a quick project today. I'm in the 2002 Yukon, and the radio is getting pretty bad on this one. We don't have any sound coming out of any of the speakers back behind me. We've just got the front two up here, and I don't know, it may be a speaker problem or it could be the head unit, but I've got this old head unit from my Silverado, and it is a 2007 Silverado Classic, so basically a 2006. I've got the old stock head unit from it. I'm going to see if it can go into the dash on this one and see if I can get maybe some speaker output, because it kind of almost seems like this radio is messed up at the head unit and not at the speakers, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, right here is the fade button, and right here you can see that some of these other buttons have gotten messed up over years of use. But even with adjusting the fade button, we can't get sound in the back. So this is a double DIN head unit, just like this one over here is a double DIN head unit. So I'm going to see, since they're both GM and they're both the same generation truck, I'm going to see if I can get, let me see if I can show this one a little better. I'm going to see if I can get this guy for my truck into that slot. So I'm going to take this apart and I'll see what I can make happen. Okay, so in order to start checking this, what we're going to want to do is just go ahead and take this dash bezel off. And it's actually very easy if you've never done it. You just have to literally kind of work your fingers back here behind it, and you can actually begin to pull on it and slowly begin to work it off. It just clips in, so you just have to find these clips and kind of pull a little bit, and it'll crack right off there. Well, hopefully not crack, hopefully don't damage it, but it'll pull right off. It's a little bit of effort. It a little bit helps sometimes if you kind of pull your wheel all the way down, and well, I don't have the key on, but shift down into all the way down into gear there, and then you just kind of keep pulling gently as you can, and free it just like that, and that just pulls right off there like that. Go ahead and put that back in park and turn that off. So very easy. You just pull the dash bezel off just like that. It just clips in, and now you have access to this head unit. So what I want to do now is just check and see how this thing's mounted in here and see if we've got a similar size. It's actually almost kind of looking like we got different size units here. But I'll go ahead and see if I can slide it out and see if we can get a closer look. Okay, so the next step, we're going to go ahead and just take this off and check the harness in the back to see if we've got something similar between the newer head unit and this old one. And there's going to be some little plastic clips that you can stick your thumbs in, or your fingers, whichever one, right here, and push down. And that'll free them from this, from the little holes that they mount into back here. They're just little clips. And you'll push down on those and pull back at the same time. As you can see, the head unit starts coming free. So let's just pull this guy out of here and see what we've got. Alright, so I pulled the head unit out, and it looks like I've got similar harnesses here for both head units, and then the antenna here. And I've got ports for all of those on the back of this new one here. But the problem is actually going to be how these actually mount to the console here. This one, like I just showed you, disconnects via these clips right here that you push down. But I remember looking at this older one from my truck now, and it's actually secured via bolts. You can see the brackets here on the side, and that's not going to be compatible with this unless I get some kind of adapter, which I'm sure they make. I didn't do any Googling beforehand in checking this out, because I thought I could just come out here and, you know, see if it was a quick plug and play operation. But it looks like it's not going to be. These are actually set up differently as far as mounting them into the truck go. So I'll just have to go ahead and put this one back. It's a little bit disappointing. I wanted to check it out and see what would happen. Actually, come to think of it, I may go ahead and just see if I can plug this in anyway, see if we can get power without mounting it, just to see if it fixes the problem. That'll let me know if the head unit is the issue. Alright, so I got one of the pigtails undone from the back here, and as you can see, right here, we've got a very kind of almost flat plug, and I don't have anything quite that shape on the back of this newer head unit from the Silverado. So again, don't think I'll be able to plug it in, but that's what this video was meant to be. It was just kind of a trial and error, kind of let's see what happens kind of deal. So I'll probably just go ahead and reassemble this now, because this clearly isn't going to work. Just like that, got it popped back in, which is very easy. And now all I have to do is just pop the dash bezel back in, and we'll be back in business. It's very simple to get into these trucks' head unit areas. So we'll just put the key back in, put it to on, go ahead and shift her down, and we'll just work this back on here. It's very simple. Make sure you keep your foot on the brake. I just rolled backwards a little bit. And you just gotta slot it correctly and begin making your way around and gently just snapping it back into place. Just like that, it's mashed back into place, all good to go. Still no speakers back there in the back, but we'll get that figured out a different time. Well, as you can see, or as you saw, this project ended up being a little bit fruitless, but I just wanted to make a quick video on it, you know, in case it did end up being something cool that I could share. But as it turns out, a 2002 Yukon's stock head unit is not compatible in shape, size, maybe shape, I don't know, I wasn't able to get it in there, but the mounting hardware will not match up, and the pigtails and the wiring harnesses for the back of the radio are not going to match up. So it's not going to be a direct swap. It is a double DIN head unit, so I bet there's probably some products out there on the internet, or maybe if you go to like a, you know, car stereo store, something like that, they probably have adapters to help you mount those in there. If anybody's done a swap like this, that probably exists. And I know for sure that there's going to be wiring harness adapters that you can purchase. There's enough room back here behind this head unit that you could put in a wiring harness adapter. Or you could even, you know, if you're feeling real bold about it, you could snip it and, you know, just wire you on one that would fit the Silverado head unit if you were trying to do this. I'm not trying to get that ambitious with it. If I'm going to have to go to all that effort, I'll probably just buy a better head unit than what a stock head unit's going to be and put it in there. But I thought this would just be a fun little project to show you guys, because it's really easy to just hop in here and check out what's going on, you know, behind all this. If you end up having to replace this, you can do it that way. If you have to replace this, same thing. It's just really easy to pop this off, and I wanted to demonstrate that. And, you know, see if we could maybe get this guy to work in there. We couldn't, so as you saw. But it's all good. Just wanted to try it out. It is really hot out here, so I'm going to go ahead and pack it up and call it a day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just kind of a quick little exploration. That's about all it was. That's all it was going to be intended to be. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, check out some of the other videos I got going on. I have some other automotive videos and truck stuff that I've done around the house on the YouTube channel. So check out my channel links wherever they may be. I've got links down in the description for things. Anyways, hope to see you guys on the next video, and happy wrenching.